All right, guys, we're ready to finish up chapter 1. We are on day 2. And so day 2 is going to be a lot shorter than day 1. The problems themselves may be a little bit longer, but we're going to have fewer of them. So just like yesterday, let's take some time in pencil to please try these before. And this time we're going to do it whenever I stop the video and put up the note, which will be right now. All right, so some of these we will work together, and some I'll just kind of show you so you can see if you rocked it or not. So let's look at number 10. Now remember our steps. Here's our steps to solve. We've got those right here. Hopefully you wrote those down yesterday. Well, it looks like no parentheses, only one variable, combining regular numbers. No, okay. Oh, so we're ready to start from step 4. This is a one-step equation. You have x over 12 equals 8 over 3. Well, now we got to solve for x. If x is being divided by 12, couldn't we multiply by 12? Well, what you do to the left side, we got to do to the right side. And don't forget that 12 is going to be multiplied to the numerator, to the top. So 12 times 8 gives you 96. And I do believe that 96 over 3 will reduce. So x is really, I think you can divide both those by 3. X is really 32. Yep. 96 divided by 3 is really just 32. So excellent job on that one. On to the back page. So number 13, lucky number 13. Again, remember our 4 steps here, guys. We have parentheses, so we can distribute. That gives us negative 4y minus 20, because negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 25 is 50. So then I'm going to add 4y over. And when I do that, 2y plus 4y gives me 6y. Well, if y is going to be on the right side of this equation, I need to get this 50 and move it over to the left side. I need to get everything away from y. So I'm going to subtract 50 from both sides. Cancels. Negative 20 minus 50 is negative 70. And then if you have negative 70 equals 6y, we need to, if that's being multiplied to y, we need to divide by 6. And negative 70 divided by 6, well, think about it. These are both even numbers. You can divide them both by 2. Pretty sure it'll be negative 35 over 3. Or, as a decimal, that would be 11.6 repeating, which is why we want to write it and keep it like that. Let's look at number 14. Now, number 14 looks really scary, right? We got like 3 variables, but hey, they're all on the same side of the equal sign. Check it out. There's the equal sign. They're all on the left. So I can go 9w minus 7w. Well, that's 2w. And then minus 1w. Oh, that's just 1w. So you have 1w plus 6 equals negative 21. We subtract 6 over. And guess what? That was a 2-step problem. It looked like this was going to be a 4 or 5-stepper. It just turned out to be a 2-stepper. W equals negative 27. So that's number 14. Last one on this page, number 15. I'll try and block out everything else so you guys don't have to worry about the trillion things that are on this page right now. Let's look at number 15. Oh gosh, we can't subtract 11 because it's trapped in the top. So how do we work this? Well, we need to destroy the denominator. You have to do that in order to get to the numerator. So to get to the numerator, you have to destroy the denominator. So if you have 11 plus s being divided by negative 5, why don't we multiply by negative 5? So that'll cancel that out. But what you do to this side, you got to do to this side as well. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. That 11 plus s drops down. And now it just becomes a one-step problem. If you have 11 plus s, and that's a positive 11, let's subtract it over. 20 minus 11 gives you 9. So s equals 9. On to the third page, and the last page we're going to be working on here, guys. We got number 17. So hey, step 1, distributes. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. And hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Sorry, I apologize. That's a little cringe. We see we've got the left side is the same thing as the right side. And I want to remind you guys, we talked yesterday about number 18, how sometimes you're going to end up with a no solution. You're going to have no value for y that can create the left and right side being equal. Well, this is different. The left side is equal to the right side. So you could stop here if you wanted to. You could say this is going to be, it doesn't matter what value we plug in for x, these sides will be the same. This is infinitely many solutions. Let's say you don't recognize that, though, and you want to keep working. Well, you could add 2x over. And when you do that, the x's cancel, and you're left with 10. Oh, equals 10. Well, yeah, that's always true. That means it doesn't matter what value you plug in for x. The left and right side will always be equal. Okay. So we did number 19. We did 18 yesterday. We did our 3 steps for word problems. How about number 20? 2 friends want to rent an apartment together. They agree that one person will pay 2 times what the other person will pay. Man, that's a good friend right there. That the other dude has blackmail on him. Now the rent's going to be $725. That's going to be our total. So if one friend is paying F, that's the amount of money that the first person pays, plus how much is this buddy who's going to pay twice as much? How much is he going to be paying? Well, you take the amount of money that the first dude's making, F, and you double it. 2F. So the amount of rent the first person's paying, this is second person, 2F. And now we have an equation we can solve, guys. Let's work it out. F plus 2F, that's 3F. Divide by 3. Remember, we're dealing with money. So the first friend is paying $241.67. $241.67. That's how much that first friend's paying. How about the second friend? Let's check that out. So we know the second friend is paying twice as much. So for our second friend, double it. And when you double that, multiply by 2, you end up with $483.33. That's a good friend right there. Now I'm gonna pause the video. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to try number 22, but if not, go ahead and pause the video, and I want to see what equation. Step 1, we're coming up with an equation. I want to see what equation you guys can come up with to determine how many weeks it would take for Jane to save up for this bag. You can go ahead and pause now. Check it out. The total, this bag costs $8,000. Now, in order to get that, Jane is earning $150 per week. So 150 times W, the number of weeks. Because remember, that's what we were asked. How many weeks would it take for her to save up for this bag? So in part B, we're going to solve this equation to find out. So if you have 150 being multiplied to W, you can divide by 150. And it is going to take 8,000 divided by 150. It's going to take, now be careful here, it's going to take 53.3 repeating. Now guys, you don't get paid at 0.3 of a week. So what will this really be? Well, she's going to have to work an extra week. So about 54 weeks. She's going to have to work that extra week to make sure she gets enough. If she works 53, she won't have enough. So 54 weeks. So guys, we got our test. It is on the horizon. It will be on Delta Math. Look for an update on that. Be ready. You have to take our test on Friday. So be ready for that DeltaMath.com test. And if you are not signed up for Delta Math, you are in serious trouble. You need to contact me immediately. But for those of you who are in good shape, best of luck on the test, and I'll be talking to you soon.